If you invest in mutual funds and you're doing these mistakes, then trust me, you would lose at least 1 crore in the longer term horizon in at least 10-20 years. Over the last 6 months, I have reviewed at least 100 portfolios, and guess how many people were making this mistake? 93%. Please watch this video till the end, and as soon as you finish watching, review your portfolio and fix all these mistakes. And if you want me to review your portfolio, comment on this video. Mistake number 1, investing in regular mutual fund. If you have even just one regular mutual fund, the first step, literally the first step I want you to do is stop investing in that mutual fund. Literally just stop right now. If you have any SIP that's gonna go next month, stop it right away. Now let's talk about why. Basically there are two types of mutual funds, regular and direct. In regular mutual fund, this is you, this is AMC, and there's a broker in between. And this broker is charging a lot of commission. This could be, let's say, 0.5%, 0.6%, and that might seem negligible, but in a longer term horizon, this will charge you at least a few lakhs, could be crores based on how much you're investing. So that is the reason, stop investing in regular mutual funds. Always go with direct mutual funds. In a direct mutual fund, this is you, this is AMC, you're directly paying to the AMC, and that's all. There's no broker in between. That is the reason, always opt for direct mutual fund. Use any platform like Biro, Zerodha, and you can directly invest in mutual funds using these platforms. Now, if you don't know how to build a great portfolio, watch this video. In less than 15 minutes, you will know everything about portfolio building and you will make a great portfolio. Mistake number 2, not investing in ELSS funds. Please stop investing in tax saving FDs, PPF, LICs and NSCs for tax saving. Basically, under section 80C, you can claim deduction of up to 1.5 lakh from your taxable income if you invest in these instruments. But these are really bad instruments to invest. All I want you to do is, if you are in your 20s or your 30s, just invest this entire 1.5 lakh in ELSS funds. That's all. Why? Because these ELSS funds will give you a return of almost 14 to 15% in a longer term horizon, and these other instruments like tax saving FDs or PPFs will give you something like 8 or 9%. Now this might seem a difference of, let's say, 5-6%, but let me tell you how much difference it will create in your wealth in a longer term. If you keep investing 1.5 lakh for the next 20 years in, let's say, PPF or tax saving FD, this will bring the amount to almost 65 lakhs in the next 20 years. But if you invest the same amount in tax saving mutual funds or ELSS mutual funds, this amount will be almost 2 crores. Now the difference is almost 1.5 crores. So please stop investing in these instruments. Invest the entire 1.5 lakh in ELSS mutual funds. If you are in your 40s, 50s, maybe you can skip some part and do it in FDs or something else. But if you are in your 20s or 30s, the entire amount should go in ELSS funds. For the last 10 years, I've been doing it. All my money, everything that I earn, this 1.5 lakh goes to ELSS funds. Start practicing that. I promise you'll make a lot of wealth in the longer term. Mistake number 3, investing in debt mutual funds. Now, I am almost 100% sure all of you who are watching this video or anyone who invests in mutual funds would have some part of their money in fixed deposits or in their savings account. And what are these instruments? These are debt instruments. Now, when you come to mutual funds, if you again invest in a debt mutual fund or a balanced mutual fund or a hybrid mutual fund, you're basically investing in debt twice. Now, let me just explain it to you with an example. Let's say you want to buy some chocolates. So you went to a shop and you bought Dairy Milk Silk chocolate. Okay. Now this is one that you bought. Now you also want to mitigate your risk and you also want to ensure everyone is happy. So you also went to buy this assorted box of chocolate, which has a mix of all the chocolates. And now this box also contains this Dairy Milk Silk chocolate. And now you also went to buy one more box of assorted chocolates, and this also has this Dairy Milk Silk. This basically means you have bought silk thrice, and we have to avoid this. In case of buying chocolate, it's okay, but when you want to invest in mutual funds, this is a big problem, and I'll tell you why. If you invest in debt mutual funds, usually the return is around 8 to 12%, but in equity mutual funds, the return could be somewhere like 13 to 16%. You would lose at least 4 to 5% every year if you invest in debt instruments. Keep these two separate. When you invest in debt, you have your savings account, you have your FDs, that's there. When you want to invest in equity, When you want to invest in mutual funds, always choose equity mutual funds. Mistake number 4, not leveraging SIP plus lump sum. Now, every one of you would have heard that if you invest in mutual funds, you would get a return of 12 to 16% every year. But what if I tell you, you can even earn a return of almost 100% in some years? You don't trust me? Let me prove it to you. Look at screener right now. If I show you this time, if you look at this graph, this is year 2020, just before COVID. The market was almost at 12,000 rupees. And then it fell. The market fell during the COVID time, and then the market fell to almost 7,500 here. Now this is a great time to bulk buy. This is not the time to do SIP. SIP could be done, let's say, somewhere here, so your average would be somewhere in this range. But when the market was crashing like this, you should be investing bulk amount of money. You should be doing lump sum investments. And I did like crazy investment during this time, which helped me grew a lot of wealth actually. Now, and I'm not saying just catch the bottom. If you invest in lump sum and if you invest here at this point, even then your range would be somewhere like 8,000, 8,500 your average would be. Now look at this. This is March 23rd, 2020. See, if you had done a lump sum investment right now within 1 year, if I go here, this is March, and in the month of March, 22nd March, the market was almost at 15,000, from 7,500 to 15,000. And this is the safest investment, literally the safest one. This is Nifty 50, the safest asset that you can invest in India. If you would have just bought this Nifty 50 index fund and bought it in lump sum during that time, during the COVID time, you would have made almost 100% return in just 1 year. Please start practicing it. You should be tracking the market at least once in a week. If the market is crashing like this, invest lump sum money. Invest a lot of money when the market crashes. If you ask me, if the market crashes by 5-10%, I put a lot of money. If it crashes by 20%, I put even more, and if it crashes by, let's say, 30%, I go literally all in. I can sell my house and invest it. I won't recommend it to you, but generally if the market crashes by 30%, it's a great time. Put a lot of money in the market. This will definitely grow almost by 50, 80, 100% in just 1 year. This also reminds me, the market is at 25,000 right now. It was at 26, but now Iran-Israel war is going on, so it is at 25,000 right now. And there's a really high chance in the next few months, the market will crash. And if it does, please use that time to do lump sum investment. All the mutual funds that you have, put lump sum money in all those mutual funds. I promise you, in the next 1-2 years, you will get great returns from that mutual fund, just because you have used that opportunity. Use that. Mistake number 5, not understanding taxation on mutual funds. Now, if you invest in mutual funds, there are two kinds of taxes, LTCG and STCG. LTCG is long-term capital gains. If you invest for more than a year, then you basically pay LTCG, and this is 12.5%. And if you invest for less than a year, if you book your profits in less than a year, then you basically have to pay STCG, short-term capital gain, which is 20%. So there's a lot of difference there, which basically means if you invest, if you see the profit in your portfolio, before redeeming that profit, look at the investment horizon. If it is less than 365 days, let's say if it is 350, wait for a few more days. If you wait for just, let's say, 20 days, it will come under LTCG, and you will just have to pay 12.5%. That too only if the profit is more than 1,25,000. So please use that. Before redeeming any investment now, look at the investment horizon. Try to invest it for more than a year, so that you just have to pay 12.5%. Avoid short-term capital gain, which is 20%. Now I hope these 5 points would help you grow a lot of wealth in the longer term horizon. If you liked it, please like the video. If you have not subscribed already, please subscribe to the channel. And if you have any other recommendation for me, the video I should make next, please type it in the comment box. I read all the comments, and I promise I would reply to you, and I would also try to make those videos that you want. Until then, keep investing. Thank you so much.